Our open-air tour bus leaves the Seattle Convention Center on a sparkling day, ready to show off the city and some of its notable attractions. Today we see modern skyscrapers, but Seattle has a fascinating history dating back to the mid-19th century. Occidental Park is in Pioneer Square, the now gentrified original settlement whose wooden structures perished in the Great Seattle Fire of 1889. Brick and stone buildings replaced them, and today house art galleries, antique stores, cafes, and unique boutiques. But the fascinating history today is found underground, and our tour guide was eager to tell the story. We learned that drainage problems caused new structures to be built on top of older ones, thus burying the remains of historic Pioneer Square. At first, customers had to climb ladders between building entrances on the new street level and the original storefronts below. But that didn't last.
Right there. This is what you can't see in the photograph, and it is important to the story. You can't see the waterfront. I want to give you an idea where the waterfront was in the 1850s. It was right behind you. That wall wasn't there yet. You could literally look right across the street to the waterfront, so it was called Front Street. Today, elevated, it's First Avenue, and Front Street was right there.
Over time, the lower levels were abandoned. Some were used for storage, shelter for the homeless, gambling halls, and speakeasies. Today, they fascinate tourists like us. Our Pioneer Square tour moved outside to check out the architecture of the period and learn a bit about the music scene in Seattle, which goes back many decades. The Central Saloon helped introduce live blues and rock and roll bands to the neighborhood. We went inside, wanting to learn more, even though it was a little early in the day for anything but coffee. We found out that this venue originally opened in 1892. Though it has changed names and ownership several times. In the 1980s, it became widely recognized as the birthplace of grunge rock, a genre with its roots in Seattle. Among the notable grunge bands that appeared on the Central Saloon stage here were Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden. Boy, did we feel old. Having had a little coffee, we gravitated to the restroom to take care of business, where the history of this venerable watering hole was on wall-to-wall display. Hundreds of musical groups have performed here. Every West Coast city has to have a Chinatown. So we left our hop-on, hop-off bus to see what Seattle had to offer. Seattle's historic Chinatown Gate is a modern Pai Fang archway, 45 feet tall, colorfully decorated from the outside as well as from the inside. The construction's modern, using steel and ceramics for longer life. As we looked around, we saw a few shops with Chinese names, but only a few. We were expecting a lot more hustle and bustle. Clearly, our tour bus hadn't deposited us in the heart of the Chinatown neighborhood. We were excited to find that the neighborhood had its own train depot, Union Station. But it, too, was deserted. Only a couple of trains a day stopped here. We were a bit disappointed, but hopped on our tour bus when it came around and soon realized the heart of Seattle's Chinatown was Hing-Hay Park, which catered to several Asian cultures. The park looked very inviting. Plus, there were several museums that would be worth checking out. Oh well, next visit.